Good evening and welcome to Ignite News on 6 at 6. It's Friday, October 17th, 2025. I'm Rhiannon Nakram. Thanks for joining us. Here are the headlines. Nancy McCall launches Chateau Margot Mall, a modern hub set to transform East Coast Demerara. World Trade Center Georgetown opens next week, aiming to boost trade, training, and global business opportunities. India secures 4 million barrels of Guyanese crude, boosting trade and diversifying supply. And the government plans tougher regulations and higher taxes on gambling to curb its growing social impact. Nancy McCall has officially broken ground on the Chateau Margot Mall, a landmark development set to transform the East Coast Demerara. The project, launched with President Dr. Irfan Ali and senior company officials present, aims to create a modern retail and commercial hub that supports jobs, tourism, and small business growth. The multi-million-dollar mall will feature retail outlets, restaurants, entertainment spaces, and offices, designed to attract visitors along the busy corridor connecting Georgetown to the airport. Officials say it will generate hundreds of construction and permanent jobs, while giving local entrepreneurs a contemporary space to expand.
Today is a milestone for both Nancy McCall and the communities around Chateau Margot. For us, this project allows our real estate sector to highlight its expertise, assisting clients from across the Caribbean from concept and feasibility, land acquisition, design, and financing through the construction stage, marketing, and sales. But more than that, this project is a testament to what the regional expertise and local collaboration can achieve.
Nancy McCall says the nearby historic Chateau Margot chimney will be preserved under a heritage protection plan. Structural engineer Marcel Gaskin has been engaged to assess and reinforce the structure before major construction begins. While the main contractor and total project costs have not been announced, ground preparation and site design are underway. Full construction will begin once engineering recommendations are complete.
In the ecosystem of transformation becomes a part of the journey that all of our society, all of our people, and all of our communities will enjoy the impact of transformation. And the impact of transformation in this area will be felt from tomorrow.
Government and company officials say the development aligns with Ghana's tourism and economic diversification plans, positioning the East Coast as a growing commercial and visitor corridor. Once completed, the Chateau Margot Mall is expected to become a major business destination and a modern gateway showcasing Ghana's new investment energy. The World Trade Center Georgetown is set to officially open next week, positioning Ghana as a key hub for international business and trade. Ahead of the launch, media received an exclusive tour of the 7th-floor state-of-the-art facility, which is expected to transform the local business landscape. Executive Chairman Komal Samru shared his vision for the WTC Georgetown as a catalyst for economic growth and global competitiveness.
I say this because at this point in time, at this juncture in time, where the Guyana economy is, with significant effort at the national level to create a more competitive economy through more economically priced energy, the gas to shore project, with investment in infrastructure that is taking place, with investment in the agriculture sector. I think what we're basically trying to do at the national level is to create a very competitive economy.
Samru emphasized that the center is a strategic initiative with the potential to make a significant international impact. He added one of its key missions is to educate and empower Guyanese entrepreneurs. By offering access to training, market intelligence, and networking opportunities, the WTC aims to help businesses export products, diversify markets, and compete globally. Executive Director Wesley Curtin highlighted enthusiastic response from local businesses and entrepreneurs.
I think particularly for micro businesses that might be looking for niche markets, not necessarily large volume markets, that a mindset, the mindset is particularly important in that when they go to trade shows and they go on trade missions, the mindset shouldn't be one where you just go to sell the samples, because they're basically samples that you take. to sell the samples, generate some revenue, and come back. I think the mindset should be one where you look out for contract business.
Curtin explained that the WTC Georgetown will serve as a hub for collaboration, working closely with private sector organizations to support growth at all levels, from micro entrepreneurs to established companies. The center has already signed memorandum of understanding for training, trade facilitation, and market access. It has also partnered with World Trade Centers in China, opening doors for future international collaboration. Training programs, training missions, and dialogue platforms between local and international stakeholders will be offered once the center is operational. The official launch begins Sunday with a welcome reception for overseas guests, followed by a week of activities, culminating in a formal launch ceremony on Tuesday, October 21st. Vice President and General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party, Dr. Guyana, announced a full investigation into public officials allegedly linked to gold smuggling and tax evasion by Azzuddin and Nazar Mohammed. Speaking at his weekly press conference at Freedom House, Dr. Jagdeo said it was time to hold accountable all those who collaborated and were complicit in the alleged actions of the Mohammeds.
I told you before the elections that we will go after all the people complicit in customs, in GRA, in the police, and in the gold war with the smuggling of gold. We are doing it now. I just urged publicly these agencies to do the investigation. I can't do it myself, but as politicians, publicly we're saying it should be done, it has to be done.
Jagdeo said the Guyana Revenue Authority has assessed the Mohammed's tax liability, including penalties arriving in a total of billions of dollars. He praised the authority for conducting a professional and independent exercise, challenged critics to respect the authority's work.
The GRA has now acted. Let's see the defenders, all of those defenders who believe, who want to beat their chests about rule of law, and they're cleaner than the whistle, but let's see if they're going to support the GRA now, a tax authority in Guyana that can explain every bit of the assessment, how they came up with it. It's a professional agency, whether they will support the GRA to collect the taxes now.
The Vice President reminded the public that he has warned of the scale of the Mohammed's alleged misconduct and hinted that investigations could extend beyond the current tax periods to other instances of alleged gold smuggling. On U.S. sanctions targeting the Mohammeds for wire fraud, money laundering, and tax evasion, Jagdeo rejected claims of political bias, emphasizing that U.S. prosecutors act based on evidence, not politics. Innovation in agriculture was on full display when the Ministry of Agriculture, in collaboration with United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, today hosted the World Food Day exhibition, an open day at the Albion Sports Complex in Region 6. The event, held under the theme Hand in Hand for Better Foods and a Better Future, showcased the very best of Ghana's agriculture, from farm-fresh produce and agro-processed goods to innovative farming technologies and educational displays. Speaking with Ignite News, Shamar Hopper, quality manager at the Blairmont Sugar Estate, offered a fascinating look into the sugar-making process, from cane to crystal.
This prepared cane goes to the mills, where you have large metal rollers that squeeze it and extract the juice. At Albion Estate, you have a 4-mill tandem. So it passes through the first mills, you extract the juice, you add water, squeeze it again, add water, squeeze it again, add more water, squeeze it again, in order to extract as much sugar and juice from it as possible.
Amir Rahim, an agro-processor from West Coast Berbice, proudly displayed his lime sauce and cold-pressed coconut oil.
This is a generational passed down by my great-grandmother.
Also on display were local wines and herbal teas made by Abigail John from Buxton, who said response from students has been overwhelming.
The eagerness for them to learn has been phenomenal. Teaching them about our different herbal stuff that we have in Guyana and what we are able to do with it.
Mitroy Tom, officer in charge at Caribbean Agriculture Research and Development Institute, CARDI, showcased sustainable products that are made from coconut, including cocoa peat, biochar, and coconut fiber, which are used for improving soil health and even making mats and ropes. Adding to the variety, Alison Gilead of Alson's Hair and Skincare Products featured beauty items made entirely from local coconut oil, turmeric, and charcoal.
Everything that we have, like our coconut oil that we use, right? Everything is locally found right here in Guyana. So we're out here to show what we actually produce right here in Guyana from agriculture itself.
The exhibition celebrates not just food, but the creativity, sustainability, and innovation driving Guyana's agricultural future. When we return, India buys Guyana's oil, the government unveils major tourism projects, including a new Lethem airport. And Vice President Jagdev says stricter regulations are coming to curb local gambling.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95, tune up. Fuel it up and drive, super 95, tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Gov't Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Govt's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Welcome back. India secures 4 million barrels of Guyanese crude from ExxonMobil. Two Indian refiners have purchased a combined 4 million barrels of Guyanese crude oil from ExxonMobil for delivery between late 2025 and early 2026, marking a rare import move from the South American producer. According to Reuters, Indian Oil Corporation acquired 2 million barrels of Guyana's new Golden Arrowhead crude, set to arrive in late December or early January. Hindustan Petroleum bought another 2 million barrels, including Liza and Unity Gold grades, for delivery around the same time. The purchases are part of India's strategy to diversify its oil supplies, as it faces pressure from the U.S. to reduce Russian imports. Guyana's oil output, led by ExxonMobil and its partners, has surged to 770,000 barrels per day, with exports reaching a record 938,000 in October, boosted by the launch of the Golden Arrowhead grade earlier this year. The government is moving swiftly to unlock Guyana's tourism potential, with plans to invite expressions of interest for 11 new tourism projects across the country. Speaking at the Canada Guyana Chamber of Commerce Maple Leaf Gala, President Dr. Irfan Ali said the projects will support ecotourism, adventure tourism, and infrastructure development. Calls will be open both locally and internationally.
We'll be publishing in the local and international press expression of interest with business and investment proposals for tourism investment in various regions of our country. 11 such projects will be advertised internationally to push our tourism sector. So I ask all of you to look out for that. And to participate in this. Because once we pursue a sector, we're going to do it from a holistic perspective, ensuring that we invest in the ecosystem that will bring profitability to your investment and enduring success. And that is what we celebrate today, endurance. In the digital economy, as Guyana expands broadband connectivity and invests in smart infrastructure, we can become a center for data services, back office operations, and creative industries. With a skilled English-speaking workforce and growing ICT infrastructure, Guyana is poised to attract Canadian firms seeking nearshore solutions.
The centerpiece of the plan is a new regional airport in Lethem, Region 9, supported by 2,000 hectares for agro-industrial and tourism development. The expressions will cover construction, funding, ownership, and management of the airport. President Ali said the initiative forms part of the government's broader effort to diversify the economy beyond oil and create new jobs, especially in rural and border regions. Officials say proposals will be judged on technical merit, sustainability, investment capacity, and local participation. If fully realized, these 11 projects together with the Lethem Airport could transform Guyana into a leading ecotourism destination in the Caribbean basin. The government is moving to impose stronger regulations and higher taxes on the local gambling industry, especially online betting and small gaming outlets. Vice President Dr. Jagdev made an announcement at his weekly press conference yesterday, describing the rapid growth of gambling as a blossoming social problem that is destroying families and creating hardship, especially among single mothers.
What we have now is gambling on demand. It is on every phone, it's an app, and it's facilitated by the local establishments and a very liberal licensing policy and a very liberal taxation policy. So expect stronger regulation in this area and appropriate taxes.
Delta Jadu said gambling has shifted from simple recreation to a destructive habit, with reports of people losing salaries, savings, and even household assets. Religious groups, he noted, have also raised concerns.
If you want to, you can continue doing that, but you have to pay the appropriate taxes. So this, because if you cannot appeal to a number of these people to accumulate anything, their entire future accumulation, to build a home, to get a house, if they can, as I said before, the last press conference, if they would sell out or starve your child to gamble, how could you talk to them about owning a home?
He confirmed that the government will soon roll out a new policy framework to regulate betting shops and ensure online platforms are properly taxed and monitored. While acknowledging gambling's roles in job creation, Jagdo said its unchecked growth threatens the nation's social fabric. The aim, he emphasized, is to balance economic opportunity with social responsibility. A 60-year-old Berbice farmer, Gavin Cummings, is trying to rebuild his life after his 3-bedroom home at Liverpool quarantine went up in flames. A fire he believes was deliberately set. Cummings had left home around 1:30 a.m. to sell produce at the market. Just over an hour later, a friend called with devastating news. His house was burning. He suspects the fire is linked to a long-standing dispute involving a neighbor and a young woman he once helped.
I go to the station, bring the police. By the time police reach here with the ambulance and thing, the place don't burn. Yeah, because she tell me she gonna burn it. She cost me and tell me she do when she yard there and tell me say she gonna burn down the whole house so I get there and make it uncomfortable as long as I there in the corner. And that is the first body I there before all of them.
Cummings lost everything: his furniture, farm tools, and sentimental belongings, passed down through generations. Now staying with a friend, Cummings says he's grateful that his partner, who suffered a stroke, was with her daughter that night. Otherwise, she might not have survived.
Well, I estimate about $50 million in my house and the asset where they get in my house.
Police investigations are ongoing, and Cummings says he just wants justice and peace. Those wishing to help Cummings rebuild can contact him on cell phone number 618-0515. When we come back, the Ministry of Agriculture celebrates Diwali with a message of unity. Ghana's top chess players make their move, and West Indies prepare to battle Bangladesh in Dhaka.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
You're watching Night News on 6 at 6. Thanks for staying with us. The Ministry of Agriculture hosts Diwali celebration. The Ministry of Agriculture hosted its annual Diwali observance yesterday at its head office in Georgetown, celebrating under the theme, Light Triumphing Over Darkness. Staff and guests joined Minister Zulfikar Mustafa for an afternoon of cultural performances, traditional food, and reflection. The minister reminded those gathered that Diwali is not just a Hindu festival. It's a national celebration that brings all Guyanese together.
Festivals like these are not only for our Hindus, brothers and sisters alone. Festival like these has become national festival. And if you look in the major religions in our country, you look at Pagua, Deepavali, Christmas, Easter, Eid, all those festivals becomes national festival. And not only those who belongs to those religious denominations look forward to those festivals, but the entire country looks forward to those festivals or these festivals so that we can celebrate as one. We can celebrate as Guyanese.
He also reflected on the connection between Diwali and agriculture.
Deepavali is more than just a celebration. It's a powerful reminder that even in the darkest time, lights will always prevail. It reminds us of the victory of good over evil, knowledge over ignorance, and unity over division. As the Minister of Agriculture, I find a special meaning to this festival. This festival has deep roots in our agricultural tradition. And Pandit will agree with me, both Pandits, or the three Pandits that we have here. It marked the end of the harvest season.
The event closed in unity with staff and guests joined together to celebrate Diwali as a symbol of hope, renewal, and the triumph of light over darkness. In sports, Kiran Sandiford and woman candidate Master D.T. Joshi emerged as the top performers in the IC-sponsored Grand Prix 1 chess tournament, which wrapped up on October 12th at the David Rose Special School. Sandiford claimed first place in the open category with 7 points, remaining unbeaten in 8 rounds. His toughest test came against candidate Master Sachin Pitambar with a 9-1 move duel ending in a draw. In the female category, 15-year-old Joshi was unstoppable, winning all 8 matches, including victories over former national champions Sasha Charif and Jessica Callender. The tournament saw a record 54 participants competing for spots in the 2026 Chess Olympiad, with $100,000 in prizes sponsored by IC. Fight arbiter John Lee officiated and live-streamed the event. West Indies and Bangladesh faced off in the first one-day international on Saturday in Dhaka, with both sides chasing crucial ranking points for automatic qualification to the 2027 World Cup. According to SPN Cricinfo, the two teams are evenly matched, each winning 6 bilateral ODI series in their history. Bangladesh will look to fix their batting struggles. Sumaya Sarkar's return could push Tanzid Hassan out, while Najmul Hussain, Shanto, and Saif Hassan are under pressure to score big. Tawed Ridoy and Nurul Hassan also need form, even if the team banks on a spin attack, led by Rishad Hussain and Tanvir Islam. For the West Indies, spinners Godakesh Moti and Rostin Chase are expected to play major roles on a spin-friendly pitch. Captain Shea Hope will anchor the batting alongside Brandon King and Casey Carty, while Jaden Seals returns in top bowling form. Both teams know a strong start in Dhaka could shape their road to 2027. Still ahead, Jamaican banks push back on rapid reforms. U.S. holds survivors from a Caribbean drug strike, and Zelenskyy urges Trump for Tomahawk missiles. Welcome back. Jamaican banks warn regulators about the impact of rapid policy changes. Financial firms in the Caribbean country are calling on regulators to slow down the pace of new capital and liquidity rules, warn that rapid reforms are driving up compliance costs and squeezing profitability. CEO of Jamaican Money Market Brokers, Keith Duncan, recently told shareholders that the sector has faced more than 100 policy changes in the past decade.
Another area of concern is the pace of regulatory reform. Over the last 10 years, we have had over 100 new policy reforms and things that the financial sector have to implement. Best practice, good for financial sector stability and all that. But the pace at which they come it creates a real regulatory burden on us. And they come fast and furious, and we therefore can't plan and forecast for really keeping up with the pace at which they come.
The Bank of Jamaica is introducing wide-ranging reforms, including Basel III capital standards, a new Twin Peaks supervisory model, and tighter liquidity rules for financial holding companies. Executives say these overlapping measures are raising operational costs and reducing flexibility in how banks manage capital. In international news, U.S. military is holding 2 survivors aboard a Navy ship after rescuing them from a suspected drug vessel struck in the Caribbean. The attack, which killed 2 others, was part of an escalating U.S. campaign against what President Donald Trump calls a narco-terrorist threat from Venezuela. Reuters report the targeted vessel was possibly a semi-submersible used by traffickers to evade detection. It's the first known incident with survivors since the strikes began, raising questions about whether these men are now prisoners of war. The Pentagon has not commented, but legal experts and lawmakers are warning that Trump's expanding military actions may blur the line between counter-narcotics and open conflict. The U.S. has confirmed conducting at least 5 strikes on suspected drug vessels near Venezuela in the last 5 weeks, killing a total of 27 people. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has condemned the strikes as illegal acts of murder. He is accusing U.S. President Donald Trump of pursuing regime change. Meanwhile, families in Trinidad and Colombia who believe their relatives have been victims of the strikes are demanding proof their loved ones were traffickers. Finally this evening, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy arrived at the White House today seeking Tomahawk missiles from Donald Trump. But Trump's surprise announcement of a summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Budapest could complicate the request. The meeting with Zelenskyy was a low-key lunch in a cabinet room, contrasting with the high-profile Trump-Putin talks announced after a productive phone call about the war in Ukraine. European officials welcomed the talks but warned a deal favoring Moscow could undermine support for Ukraine. Analysts say Putin's move as a delaying tactic aimed at reducing the likelihood of U.S. long-range missile transfers. Ukraine continues to face intensified Russian assaults, with Russia claiming nearly 5,000 square kilometers gained this year. Zelenskyy says Moscow is rushing dialogue to stall Tomahawk deliveries, which Ukrainian analysis says are crucial to putting pressure on Russia's military-industrial complex. While Tomahawks could help level the playing field, experts caution they are not a silver bullet, and hopes for a ceasefire appear to be diminishing. And that's all for this edition of Ignite News on 6 at 6. For more stories, visit ignitenews.com or follow us on social media. Thanks for watching. I'm Rihanna Nikram. See you next time for more Ignite News.